This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
It's Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, July 20th today. Charity's back. We didn't do a podcast yesterday because I was adrift at sea. I was lost.
Oh, you didn't do a podcast?
No, I didn't do a podcast. I was busy talking with Matt, who's going to be on the podcast today. And that was Tim Hortons Cant Day yesterday.
Yes, it was.
It's nice. I learned what a London fog was. Nobody brought me one this morning.
That was this morning. Yes, we learned what that was.
Which I didn't know.
Well, you know what? I'll bring one in for you in the morning.
I don't think I want one.
I think you need to try one. As do the listeners who we heard from this morning. But Camp Day itself went well?
Yeah, it was good. Brenda did a very nice job trying to and she would it's one of these funny things. She showed me once and then just figured I got it and wouldn't have to show me again. It's like, you need to show me every single time how to make a double-double.
Don't leave me on my own.
You know?
A double-double.
I know.
God, Mark.
But there's a machine, right? And you put the cup under.
And then you hit the button.
You hit the button, and it gives you sugar.
Yeah, and then you hit it again.
No, hang on.
For a double-double, it's 2.
But there are 4 buttons. Which one do you push? Well, you push this one
sugar.
if it's a small.
Yes, it gives you the sizes. Have you not done that before?
I wasn't wearing my glasses.
Oh, Mark.
I didn't bring glasses.
See, it's always a Camp Day, and I'll throw McHappy Day in there too, is always a reminder of how lucky we are that we don't do those jobs.
I know.
Because it would be horrible. I can't do it.
We could if we got the hang of it. And the thing is, it's a dreadful job to do for 45
Not like
minutes.
they can, because they're pros.
Yep.
That's what I mean. It would be horrible. They would be losing so much business having you and I work there all the time. Number one, you'd be talking to everybody.
Yeah, and that happened. It was dinner and a show is what it was.
I am shocked. I am so upset I missed it. Here's
why Mark Hanley's not going to invite me back again. Is because I started talking people out of hard orders. Like, can't you just order a bagel? Like, what?
Well, you should have been talking them into getting coffees.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what you were doing?
Everybody was rounding up, though. Good on them.
Because, if you were a coffee drinker, you could do that and buy the bracelets and other goodies that were in the store.
But people would order things. It's like 1 cream, 2 sugar, this, but that on the side. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. And they're like, yep, okay. And they're hitting all the buttons right. And it's like, I haven't got a clue.
Doesn't it make you, though, a more considerate consumer as well, though?
For sure.
Because seeing that is like, holy crap. Because I get so angry at Wayne when he is the worst drive-thru orderer because he's all over the place. He'll say, yeah, can I get 2 coffees? I'm like, you have to tell them what size and what you want in them. And then they come back and they'll be like, okay, what size of coffee? Large coffee. I'm like, seriously, you ordered this 100 times.
Yeah.
How can you not, like... I'm very...
Drive in, say 2 large coffees, double cream.
I would like a large dark roast 2 cream, a large double. And then, but I always try to do the food first because the food takes longer to prepare. So you do the food because I've seen the drive-thrus at Tim Hortons. And when people just throw in like, oh yeah, can you make me a grilled sandwich too? That's what takes so long. So order that first because people see it and they can start making it and then get your, like, it makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to everybody else.
Yeah, well, good on you.
But I do.
We're sharing it in the podcast.
You become more aware of what they actually do, so you try to be more considerate when you go through the drive-thru.
And my attitude is always much better. I am never frustrated, tired. I smile. I don't. Yeah. And it's not because I want them to like me. I understand having been in there. And you might be one of the few people that, but then on McHappy Day, there are lots of people that are great in the drive-thru. But it doesn't take long.
No, but working the drive-thru at Tim Hortons, I remember specifically. I must have been last year's Camp Day, maybe. We were in the drive-thru. The last time we were at the drive-thru in Tim Hortons. Yep. You were serving them. I was taking the orders, and I just remember how hard it was to hear them. And it was like the day after. It was right after that we were going through a drive-thru. And Wayne was placing the order. And the woman wasn't quite getting it right. And I looked at Wayne, I'm like, turn down the radio, lean out your window, and speak clearer. She can't hear you, obviously. Because he was starting to get, he's like, it's 2 coffees. How can she? I'm like, because she can't hear you. You don't understand how muffled it can be with background noise. Because I was hearing it when we were at Tim Hortons.
Right.
So again,
everybody should do it for half an hour once.
They should, to realize, absolutely.
We would all become better at our drive-thrus. Very true.
Yes.
Look how worthwhile this podcast was today. If this is all we had, Best podcast of the week.
Well, with Camp Day, though, it's not all we had because we will find out totals, and I have a feeling it's going to be awesome. So thank you to everybody who participated.
Everybody who did that.
Again, could not be there yesterday, and I felt awful because I love Camp Day. My car wouldn't start yesterday. You want to talk about a crappy morning? That was a crappy morning. And then you tease me with coffee, and I couldn't make coffee because I got to grind it, and everybody was asleep, but it was I
think you should wake everybody up. If Mom can't go to work, get up.
Well,
if
Dad,
Mom ain't happy, ain't nobody
I wasn't going to
happy.
do that. But it's a very odd feeling to not...
Unsettling?
Very unsettling.
Yeah.
It was very weird to go in, and it's like, oh, crap, okay, what's wrong with my car? Oh, crap, how much is this going to cost?
Your boys thought you were getting a new car.
Can't get to work. Yeah, the boys had written it off as soon as they heard we can start the car. They're like, yes, we get a new car. I'm like, let's see what it is first. But not being able to get into work and just... It really throws the whole day off because you're thinking of all the things you got to do, and now you really can't do anything because I just hate that feeling.
But the day goes on, and now here you are.
It does go on, and everything worked out. And we got it fixed, and thank you to Lou and his son Mark for taking it in because they were great.
This is what we learned, is that Uber doesn't go to Narnia. Up where you live.
You know how bad it is? I didn't even think of Uber. I thought of my husband and I thought of my dad.
Yeah, your dad. Should have called your dad. That he has to drive
I wasn't calling
in.
him at 4:30 in the morning.
That's what dads are for.
I called Wayne first, and we tried, but we were both unsure about. We could get it started, but then what do I do if it does it while I'm here? Of course.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get it fixed, so that was fine. But yes, once my dad found out what was going on later in the morning at a decent hour, when I talked to him, he was didn't even hesitate. Take my truck.
Dads.
If you need something, let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, dads, you would do the same.
Yep. Yeah. I wouldn't drive you a coffee.
No, like I said, you teased me because you said, well, I got you a coffee. Do you want me to bring it? I said, would you? You thought I said no. I will read you the text.
That is not what you said.
It is exactly. I have it in print. You sent me a picture of the coffee. And you said, okay, want me to drive your coffee to you? My response was, would you? Do you have time?
I don't recall getting that one.
It's right there.
Would you? Do you have time? Do you have time?
You don't have to say the letters after.
FML. Can't even.
And then I got into that. I can't even make my own coffee.
I think it's because I didn't have time. Up and back, I'd be back at noon. I don't even know where you live.
Just voice track the first couple of breaks. And
so hard.
But thank you.
So hard.
Thank you for the offer.
Yesterday, we talked to Matt Sheehan. Now, our buddy Dave Allen, who's CEO of the Central East Ontario YMCA, is a budding playwright of his own accord. And he wrote a one-act play, a very almost autobiographical, while his wife was going through health issues. And I found it very cathartic, right, as an outlet to express his feelings. Turned that into about a half-hour one-man play. And it's going to be debuting tonight and for the next couple of weeks at Theatre in the Wings here in Belleville. Matt Sheehan is the actor performing it. Caught up with him yesterday.
I actually have a degree in theater and film studies, and I teach drama. So I teach different access points in acting, and I quit acting in 2003 and was just doing stuff at the school I teach. I teach at PECI in Picton, and but then in 2015 I got back into community theater. And I do improv with a group called the Improvonauts, and I do a lot of stuff. Especially in the past 8 years. And
what is it about community theater that drew you back in?
Well, it's interesting. When sometimes you'll have a life-altering event in your life that you kind of you're left wondering, hey, what can I do? What can I do to find some purpose? And so I don't really need to get into what the life-altering event was, but around 2015, I fell into a part with the Prince Edward Community Theater Group, which is now defunct, unfortunately. But in Picton, in the Pirates Penzance, not a huge Gilbert and Sullivan fan, but great group of people to work with, and the cast was lovely. It was a great experience, and then that led to another show. Then that led to another show. When you see people. And they're like, oh, you should try out for this show.
Yeah.
And so I've done stuff in Picton. I've done stuff in Trenton. My partner and I organized something that's now, unfortunately, COVID kind of killed it, called Sharpen the Axe Festival, the Old Church Theater. It ran for about 4 years, and all sorts of different things around the area.
Once it's in your blood, though, you can't get it out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, like, I keep saying I'm going to take a break, and then things pop up that kind of take priority. So, like, I mean, I do a lot of stuff with students. So, I mean, like, I just did a huge production High School Musical at PECI in Picton. At the same time, I was learning these lines. And it was funny, because it's a one-man show. It's the first time I've ever done a one-man show. And it was with the door shut, walking around talking to myself, practicing lines. And sometimes students would walk in, and I just deliver the lines at them, the appropriate ones. There's some swearing in there, so I'm like, that's not the one I'm going to throw to students' way.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's running lines in there. But, so, you got to find the time when you can to work on stuff.
YMCA director Dave Allen wrote this play, of which you are the sole actor. What is it about the project that attracted you?
It's interesting. Dave and I have been on stage together before. We were at Theater in the Wings, where the play is being performed with 3 other one-act plays back in 2021. And so he's come out to see the Improvnauts a few times. And what he wanted, he approached me with the script and asked if I would be part of this project. And so when I read the script, it's a really personal piece. Like, it's Dave's story about his experiences with his partner and how he was trying to deal with things in his own way. So telling her story without telling her story, like, it's his story, but through so her story really through his lens. Mm-hmm. And it was really nice to be asked to be part of something that's so personal. And what he was looking for was someone who could hopefully hit those notes from the dramatic sense, but also the comedy that's in it too, because it's a really touching piece and heart-wrenching, but it's also got some really good jokes in there as well. Like, you wrote some really good ones in there that I'm like, oh, Dave, well played, sir.
Yes. Good singer. Matt Sheehan joins us. The play begins on Thursday, July the 20th, all part of, it's 4 one-act plays. How long's the run going?
The run goes, so we have shows this Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and then next week on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 2 weeks. This Thursday's sold out, but tickets are available for all other performances. So we're hoping to fill the space, and happy will come out. I mean, all 4 shows. We had a dress rehearsal last night. They're all amazing. Really great local talent. One of them, it was really tough for me. One of them's the first time it's been redone since the original production of it. It's a Peter Paler play called Maybe Flowers, and I was in the original production in 2017. So it's amazing because I have a really good ability to learn lines, but then a really good ability to forget lines really quickly. Like, I mean, you can ask me, like, if you ask me, I will do this. I got all this in my head for this one-man show, 35 minutes of just me, and like, expertly directed by Alexander Bell, my director. But I know it all right now. But if you ask me in a month, I'll probably go, I don't know. What
was the first line? I can't remember.
Last night, though, watching the dress rehearsal for Maybe Flowers with a great cast, I forgot those lines 6 years ago, but I knew exactly what was going to come next.
Oh,
in
wow.
Every single moment, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember all this. I'm like, no, but then at the same time, I thought to myself, whoa, don't start remembering those lines. You've got another play to do.
Matt Sheehan, what's the best way to get tickets for those shows, Matt?
Through Eventbrite. So even if you're just on Eventbrite, you can type in Theater in the Wings. And this is the second of 3 summer. So they had one in June. There's this one in July, and then there's one coming in August as well. So lots of local talents and local things for people to see. Really, really great stuff. Dave
Allen wrote it. Matt Sheehan's going to be performing it. All Theater on the Wings. They've got the 4 one-act plays. Good luck, sir. Thanks for spending some time.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Yes, something else I got to miss out on.
Yeah.
What a great chat you had with
Funny
him.
guy.
That's wonderful. And you knew him.
Yeah, it turns out he and I have been on a trivia, and I apologized. I said, no, we won. It's like, okay, I don't remember that one. I remember all the times I lost. Yeah, because I couldn't remember any one of a number of historical figures. Yeah, TLC is unpretty. And then I couldn't remember the first female doctor in Canada, even though I lived in Stratford.
Well, don't focus on that. Once you got talking to him, did you remember the one you won? Did suddenly come to mind?
Well, I think I did, because when he mentioned that he's in charge of the drama class at PECI, I went, oh, right.
So how long ago would that have been?
That was like 10 years ago.
Okay.
That was pre-charity.
Very much so.
So that life doesn't exist for me.
Okay, so it's just out of your mind. It's done, gone.
Well,
that's kind of neat, though.
Yeah.
It's true, maybe a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's interesting that your paths had crossed prior to this conversation.
But anyway, so go to Eventbrite. There are 4 plays for your money. And like Theater in the Wings, It's like 30 seats, 25 seats.
It's very intimate.
Extremely.
Like you're right there. You can see the actors.
Very, very cool. Mm-hmm. Very cool experience.
And good for Dave.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, because he's acted.
Yep.
And now he's writing.
May very well do it again. And I think it was neat, for Matt, he talked about it there too. To have the guy come up and say, I kind of want you, the guy, to do it.
That's pretty cool.
A, how do you turn that down?
Yeah.
And then B, how do you not put everything you have into it when you know the guy who wrote it?
Of course.
Because you want to justify his faith in you. And
yep.
So that one's going to be really, really cool. So, Matt, thanks for that. Coming up on the show tomorrow, it's a Friday. We have our Friday song. And I had it in my mind.
I forgot for a second.
And I said, and Charity's like, what? And I said, think about it, you'll get it. And 30 minutes later, you went, oh, I know what song we should play. And
you know what song we should do tomorrow?
Yeah, nailed it. So, 8 o'clock, everybody think of it. And it will occur to you, and you'll go, no, you're not playing that tomorrow.
Oh, we are.
Oh, we are.
100%.
8 o'clock news when it's over.
Awesome.
And it's going to get cranked, and it's going to be fun. Fun. Coming up tomorrow morning.
Our dad joke also coming up tomorrow. I don't know what the dad joke is. I don't think you've played it for me this week.
I got it. It's really, really good.
Oh, I know you have it.
Yeah,
but I don't know that I've heard it yet, so I'll have to
It's all
have
about
a listen.
Summer bods. Summer
dad bods or just
beach
summer bods in general?
Sure.
Okay.
Summer beach bod joke.
Another chance to win with your Creative Junction tomorrow morning.
And then, of course, get in and get your name on the sheets to win to see the tickets to Aerosmith in Toronto, September 12th. Adventure package number 2 in our Summer of Adventure series. Black Horse are going to be with them on stage. It's going to be a great concert. We would love to get you there. Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 95.5 Hits FM.